Welcome to the podpunkshow.
Guys,
Hey, Aaron, how's it going this week, man?
Going pretty good.
Yeah?
Not bad. Just had a tuna sandwich and now I'm drinking water.
Ooh, tuna sandwich. That's an interesting one. That's like, you gotta be like ride or die with tuna. Like some people don't do tuna sandwiches.
Tuna is among the 3 types of fish that I will eat. You
Okay.
have tuna,
Okay, that's number one.
you have stick, and you have fillet.
Okay, hold on. Slow down here, sir. Number 1 is tuna. That's a fish.
Yes.
Number 2 is
Stick.
steak. And number 3 is fillet.
Yeah.
So it could
Like,
be
fish fillet.
Oh, fish fillet, like from McDonald's.
Yes. End of list.
End of list. That's all you need to know, guys. And that is the first ever Pod Punk Show top recommendations of fish from our fish expert, Aaron Haag.
From the fucking landlocked Iowan who is like, ew, fish is gross.
You know what's like crazy though is like you're like, by all intents and purposes, you're pretty picky with your fish eating there, okay? Because like you kind of like I hear like fried and frozen, but then like you'll do tuna, which tuna is odd because it's kind of polarizing because it's a weird texture, which freaks me out, and just the smell and the oils. It's very difficult for me to get into it.
Oh, you could put it in your mac and cheese with some water. You got to get the stuff packed in water. You don't get the stuff packed in oil. That's a total waste.
Oh, is there like a difference? Because like I can eat tuna in a restaurant. Like I can eat raw tuna. I've had like tuna tartare, like all of that. I've had,
Oh, mine comes from a can to make like tuna salad for sandwiches or to put in mac and cheese.
Yeah, but is it like when it comes from the can, is it like that reek smell where you crack it and you're like, oh, you can smell it in the back of your nose?
Not great. It's not great.
Is that what you're talking about though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's not as
can't
bad
do
as
it.
like a fish market though. Like I used to, when I first visited New York, I stayed with a buddy of mine who had an apartment in Chinatown.
Oh yeah,
And like
that's tough.
we would literally get off at a different train stop to get to his apartment by not going through the fish market.
That is tough. That is tough stuff there. That's that. Yeah, fish markets can be pretty bad. They can be
But I
pretty
don't
bad.
like lobster. I don't like crab. I actually don't know the difference. They're both gross.
No, I mean I
don't
get
like
it.
oysters. I don't like clams.
Eat all of that. I'll eat it all.
I like sushi.
Sushi's great.
Yeah, because it doesn't taste. It just tastes like money and rice.
One of my friends, one of her friends, eats so much sushi that when they went to the doctor, their mercury level was like off the chart. Like it showed up like bad, and they were able to source it back to that. And they're like, you cannot eat as much sushi as you've been eating.
My God, that is like the most Manhattan thing I have ever heard.
Isn't that really?
Oh, your
think it's awesome.
your blood test came back and it was just avocado.
Yeah,
This is so
basic
strange.
bitch.
And by the way, this is the only time I've had to do a doctor's exam over TikTok. So just call me back, I guess.
Yeah. And can you make sure you're not going to use one of the filters next time I need to see you?
Yeah, because like the dog ears don't help me tell you that you're dying of mercury poisoning.
Yeah, that doesn't help me there. Oh man.
Okay, if you could stop face swapping with your cat, I need to talk to you about your diet.
So there was I was asking you if anything fun happened to you. Didn't you have a sighting, like a bear sighting in your town? I got a funny text from you the other day.
Yeah. There was on the now that I live up in the mountains in Danbury, Connecticut.
Yeah.
We got an email from the apartment complex being like, "There's been a bear. Just so everybody knows, don't leave trash lying around." And I'm like, "That's so fucking metal, dude. That's so fucking metal."
That is so metal. That is so metal.
And now anytime my dog does something annoying, I threaten to cover her in honey and take her for a walk.
I was cracking up when you sent me the text. You're like, it was a screenshot and of the warning, and it's just like, we've seen a bear hanging out by the garbage. Please be on high alert and be careful.
You thought it was me in a tank top?
Yeah, I was like, that's just Aaron going out to check the mail. Janet's like, go out and check the mail. And it's too early in the morning.
I'm just out there getting some sun, and they're like, "It's a bear." And I'm like, "Grr."
And then other than that, we have Happy Halloween. Pretty big right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You do
Came
anything?
up quick. I don't think so. Who knows? It's COVID.
No, I went to a pumpkin patch with took Charlie to a pumpkin patch and took pictures and got some apple jam and
That's pretty cute.
or not apple jam, apple butter. Apple butter. That's the good shit.
Last time I went to a pumpkin patch, I almost died.
You don't get to just say that and then not tell a story. Okay, here's the thing. Pumpkin patch isn't a place where you're like, I almost died, and we can fill in the blank of how.
So I was up visiting New York, and I was, on a pumpkin patch, and it had to be like maybe 5th or 6th grade. I don't really remember, maybe 4th grade. And I just had a nosebleed in the pumpkin patch. Like, it just started bleeding, and like really started bleeding. And so it like wouldn't stop bleeding. And it got to a point where like I passed out, and like everyone thought I was kind of being dramatic, but like it was from blood loss. And so I got taken to a hospital, and they were like looking at me after that, and they were like, okay, it's like starting to, it's like starting to clot, and it's not as bad, but like he's got a problem. So they sent me over to a specialist, and I had to get my nose cauterized.
Oh yeah, that's how they used to do nosebleeds back in the day. We're like, we'll just burn you,
dude. I still have the memory. So I'm in a leather chair. And like they kind of like they didn't strap me, but it had handles on it for you to hold, and they were holding down my wrists. And he just took the Q-tip, dipped it in a chemical, and then lit it on fire and held it on fire, and then just like blew it out and stuck it right up my nose, and then would take it out and put it right in the sand, and it would make noise when it hit the sand. Oh, it was so bad. It was one of the worst experiences.
That literally sounds like a torture scene. Like, tell me where the fucking money is.
Yeah, it was like traumatizing, man. I was like 5th grade. I'm like, I'll never tell you.
Shit, dude. When I was real little, I had to get like a mole removed because I don't remember. Very vague. I had to be like 3 or 4. Very early memory. And they did like the liquid nitrogen, but like they're like it's cold. I'm like, but it burns.
Yeah, it's weird. It's supposed to be cold, but it like feels hot.
That's because your nerve endings are just like ah.
Yeah, it's all the same when your nerve endings get.
So
ripped
everyone
off.
thought you were just. Everyone just thought you were being dramatic?
Yeah, I was like, I'm not going to lie, I probably was a little bit of a nose picker. It was probably known. I wasn't being slick about it. So, probably I was digging up there for gold. Everyone's looking for pumpkins. I'm up there looking for seeds. And,
just defiantly picking your nose?
Yeah, you know what? I struck oil that afternoon. I struck oil. And it was bad.
That red oil.
Oh, yeah. That liquid red.
This is type AB negative.
Yeah. I wish I knew what blood type I am. Do you know what blood type you are?
Yeah.
What? What blood type are you?
I'm O, opposite polarity of my wife. She's O negative, I think, so I think I'm O positive.
Oh, both O's, man. That's pretty interesting. That's a rare one, right?
Yeah, and Charlie's the same as me.
Charlie's O positive?
Yeah, or O negative. Whatever. I know I'm O, and then I ask my wife, what are you? And then I just know I'm the opposite polarity of whatever she is.
That's good. That's always good. I wonder if that's why you two are such a good couple.
Yeah, probably. Because I know that my blood type, I believe, is like universal recipient. Like I can take any blood.
Yeah, there's like the O's can give to everybody too, but I know the negative and
my
positive.
wife can give to everybody. I can get from anybody.
Oh, cool.
She always donates blood because that's what they use for like little babies, like in like NICU. Since they like, especially if like they're just born and they need blood, they don't have time to find out what their blood type is, so they just use that. So she donates blood a lot.
That makes sense. I get it. So what else we got? We coming up here on the end of Ska-tober. You got any final things you want to say about ska so we never have to talk about it until the next time?
No, dude, I am so skanked out. Like,
yeah, those are rough 2 weeks, man. It was like boot camp.
It was so much just pick it up, and then I picked it up, and then they still wanted me to pick it up, John.
You know what was like really annoying is I was holding the door for this old guy. I was being really polite, and he just looked me right in the eyes, and he's like, "You're such a rude boy." And I was like, "Dude," I got like so mad, and that's when I knew like I was too deep into Ska-tober. I was, way too deep into it.
In his defense, you were wearing all checkerboard.
Yeah, in his defense, yeah.
Yeah, and you were wearing a pork pie hat that said the Slackers on it.
In his defense, I was in the Mighty Mighty Boston's at the time, but...
Yeah, and you smell like trumpet polish.
Yeah, which, by the way, let's give it up one more time for Mr. Ben Carr. That's fantastic.
So on this episode, should we tell people what we're going to do this week?
Yeah, so this week we have a pretty exciting announcement. What are we doing this week, Aaron?
I asked you.
Yeah, but I threw it back to you.
This week we are having on Matt Reed from the Minnesotan band Northbound Giants.
Yeah, we're bringing on a friend of the show, Matt Reed from Northbound Giants. He is going to be our like regional reporter for Minnesota.
It totally fucks with me because like my best friend in the kindergarten was also named Matt Reed. So every time you say it, I imagine this super like this kid that was like born on a tractor.
Well, I think like a couple years ago when we were first talking about Matt Reed for the first time, I think there was like a split second I thought maybe Matt Reed was the same Matt Reed.
Right? Like it could be.
Yeah.
But it's not.
No, it definitely could be.
So let's throw to that interview now.
All right, cool. Let's go get some Matt.
Right on.
I keep holding on.
I know I'm way better looking than I sound on the radio.
I know you. It's weird. It's surreal to see your face.
That's how I feel every day since I turned 25.
Everybody says the show should be called Beauty and the Beast, but I don't know.
John's the eye candy. I'm the brains.
All right.
And the muscle.
The digestive system, you know.
John's just supposed to go out there and whore himself out so he can get ad money someday.
Well, that's been his whole life, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's the JB prerogative.
Even the Jeffrey Epstein.
Oof.
Oh, what's that? Dark mode. Someone just activated dark mode.
I'm liking the 80s cupboards and the lace behind you, JB.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, brother.
Like, it looks like every scene from, like, a flashback to, like, a mob meeting in the 80s happened there. It's great. Because I was over there a couple weeks ago, and I went down to the basement. They have, like, you know, it's a house from the 80s, so there's, like, a bar in the basement.
Sure.
And it totally looks exactly like where you're like, the fucking O'Conleys are going to kill a cop. They're not going to do that on our fucking block, okay?
Hey, you don't talk about the O'Conleys like that. You don't talk about the O'Conleys like that. They came over here
Talk about
once.
fucking John
They came
O'Connell
over
any
here
fucking way
once.
I
They
want.
didn't leave, but they came over.
They fucking, all right, here's the thing. If they're going to fucking do that on our block and you pull a fucking pistol out of a cigar box, you'd be like, you fucking teach them who's who.
Yeah.
So the whole time, and also it's at a grandma's house, so it's all like pictures of weddings,
Oh, okay.
but they're old pictures, and they have that like the lighting's bad from like cameras in like the 90s,
course.
and everyone's wearing fucking tuxes and has big hair, so it totally looks like, yeah, no, your mother married into the O'Connelly family so we could get a truce. Like, she didn't marry for love, John, she married for territory. You're married for territory. You know, ever since then, we haven't had any peace out here in Queens. So you're part of a group, huh? So you're like in one of these new bands.
Yeah, new, of course.
So I'm going to be 100% honest. I listened to your guys' stuff on Spotify,
Okay.
and I did no other research because I wanted to ask like questions that I didn't know the answer to.
It's all right. I mean, we released that album in July and didn't really do much promotion because we released it and then we changed a bunch of stuff. So it was like, get it out there because we put the work in. And now we're working on our next one.
Yeah, and you had COVID too. That doesn't help. So
No.
Like you actually like caught it yourself?
No.
Just in general, just the
Oh,
pandemic.
Yeah, the way then that we all
Yeah,
have.
it kind of shut everything down. You can't really promote an album. I mean, you can online, but it's tough to not, play shows. And
That's true. So how many people are in this band? I know you. I like you. Anybody else I'd like?
So right now we're a 3-piece. We have a drummer and a bass player.
oh, cool.
That album we had a fourth. We had a guitar player who is prominent. He has a lot of features on it. So that's why we're kind of taking what we did and then we're kind of moving on from that.
What do you do in the band, Matt?
I am the front man, so I sing and play guitar.
Awesome. You're the primary songwriter too, right?
Yeah, I write most of the music. Right now, our newest album, the lyrics are really coming from the drummer and I cooperate or working together, and that's where we're getting our lyrics from.
That's pretty cool. That's almost like a 21 Pilots type of vibe or something like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, totally.
This is something I always struggle with. And I'm asking this question like sincerely.
Sure.
Because like I've never figured it out. How do you write lyrics and not feel like a total just a total idiot? Because I've written like 30 songs or something in my life, and I can think of like 2 lyrics ever that I actually still like.
Oh yeah, you get like all in your own head, like too meta there.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why we work together, because he will write a bunch of stuff down and I'll look at it and I'll be like, yeah, there's like 600 words here, but these 10 words are real good, and then we'll
Okay.
we'll kind of make a song from that. He comes from a lot
Like a collaborative.
Exactly. He comes from more of a nerdier background than I do, and I'm not really nerdy at all. And so he'll make references to like D&D and like 20. And so I'm like, well, maybe we should tone it down a little bit.
So like, girl, I'm gonna give you my +1.
Yeah. I was gonna say the D&D is right up Aaron's alley, so he knows all about that.
Oh no, I was literally in my head. I was like, bag of withholding. Are we gonna talk about half orcs? What are we doing?
I remember like when we were doing the show a couple years ago, we had a production meeting one time, and Aaron just wanted to talk about D&D. He's like, okay, I think we need to start playing Dungeons and Dragons. And I was like, no.
No, we should start a fucking actual play Dungeons and Dragons podcast.
I mean, I would do it. I would play with you. I would get into it. But I was like, I can't have another obsession, man.
What else are you doing?
That's true.
It kind of sounds like you guys, your dynamic between you two is kind of very similar to my drummer and myself.
Oh.
We've been doing most of the songwriting where he says some out there things, and then I'm like, okay, maybe we should pull it back just a little bit.
I imagine writing lyrics too. It's got to be helpful to have like someone, because like that's my biggest problem is like I write stuff and then I show it to nobody. But I imagine having like that, like kind of that trust and that foundation of like I'm a sing right now, which on its own feels ridiculous.
Yeah.
When it's just two people in a room, but then they actually be like, I like that. Like it helps you also get over that hump.
Yeah. Totally. I've written a couple of the songs on the new album are primarily my writing, and that's like the ones that I don't feel like not embarrassed of, but like I did a lot on this album. I've tackled a few more demons than I kind of didn't want to touch for a while. For example, I have a song on here. My mom passed away 5 years ago now, and
Sorry to hear that.
but I wrote a song about that. So that was kind of like cathartic because it was like coming to a point where I was like, okay, let's write this, and it's definitely a slower song on the album.
When you know what you're writing about, like you're specifically want to write about a thing, how do you balance ambiguity and being very direct about what it's about? Because I know a lot of songwriting is about abstraction away from a very specific story into kind of a broader, like less narrative, more conceptual thing. How do you balance that when you write lyrics?
So for like that song, it was funny. I watched a YouTube video. And I was like, how am I going to write a song? I don't even know what, because my strength is the melody. But I watched a YouTube video and they were like, just start humming and start seeing what the vowels come out. And then I just started building off of that.
Okay.
And trying to keep it more of a, and so I can't remember, I have to find the lyrics again, but there was some line in it.
So you like to just like when you have like music playing, you start to get into it and then like whatever like your body just starts to do, like that's kind of like how you vibe with your melody.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's that famous story of Paul McCartney talking about the song Yesterday.
Yep.
And when he wrote it, he had the chords and he had the melody, but he didn't have the lyrics. So originally, instead of Yesterday, it was Scrambled Eggs.
Yep.
Scrambled
Like
eggs.
that's what he would sing until he could find, something to sing about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's actually that song was actually referenced in, I can't remember which video it was, but it was referenced in this video, and I was like, okay, I started just kind of thinking about it, and I wrote the line. It was like, because like the verse is like, the darkness settles in on another night, sitting here all alone. So I try to write it in a way where I know what it's about, but it could be mistaken as maybe a bad relationship or just anything like that.
That's cool. Do you write into LiveJournal? Is that how you make your lyrics?
We write into Google Drive.
Google Drive. Okay, that's cool. It's not as good as LiveJournal, but
Wait, is LiveJournal still on the internet?
No, I hope so, man. I hope so.
Oh my God, we need a fucking production assistant to be like, Skippy, Google that.
Because I'm like an idiot, I actually pulled all of my LiveJournals. Like I actually pulled the data, so I have it on my hard drive. I have them all.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you like wiped it away, which is what I would do.
No, I mean maybe I wiped them too on the website, but I actually I backed up like all the freaking weird stuff I wrote back in high school, all of it. Speaking of that, Matt, what bands were you into when you were in high school?
Speaking of that, well, I was into your band a lot when I was in high school.
But I mean, let's talk about real bands here. Like, what sign bands were you into here?
So, my first dive into, since your show is about pop punk, my first dive into pop punk.
Yeah.
I went and I bought Newfound Glory's Catalyst album.
Ah, that's pretty cool. That's a good one.
That was my first album. That was because before that, I was like a lot of the dads, Led Zeppelin records and all that.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of like Newfound Glory's big MTV album too. The whole thing was like on TRL.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a good one.
I'm guessing you're a couple years younger than me then.
Third.
Oh wait, you're 30?
Yeah.
Oh no, so we're about the same age. I just turned 31 on the 22nd.
Happy birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Catalyst, when did
rock on.
Catalyst, was it right after Sticks and Stones?
It was 2004. I looked it up.
Yeah. It's like pretty much their next big one after that. It's the one with like all the crazy art painting.
And I'm pretty sure that's why I bought it, is because I remember going into Target and I saw that and I was like,
it's cool.
Yup, I'm a edgy 14-year-old. I gotta buy that album.
Mom, where's the Scotch tape? I need to hang up my personality.
It's all by design. That's awesome.
Pretty much.
Hey, I know John doesn't like it when you talk about his band because he gets all like, oh gosh. But anyway, how did you find out about My Getaway in Minnesota?
You see,
I have to know.
You see, that's the funny part about John. John doesn't not like to talk about himself, but like I did for this album, for this like release, I kind of looked back, and there's a thing called the Wayback Machine. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
I didn't.
But you can like put in websites. So I put in his band's Facebook, or not Facebook, MySpace. Let's go back there.
MySpace. Yeah, all the way back.
And I
Tom,
looked back
rest in
on
peace,
it.
Tom.
And I don't know. I must have been. So I found his band because I played it. So my first band played a show with a different band from California, and then that's what really got me into figuring out this, like that there was more bands out there than just Minnesota. And my high school is full of bands that probably don't exist anymore. It's because I just dove head first. So I don't know how I found them, but I found them on MySpace. And then JB and the rest of the band had their AOL instant messengers posted. And so I was like, jackpot.
Yeah, we had those up. Those were available for a little while.
Back in the day, like you would go to a band's MySpace, you look at because when you were a local band, like who your top 8 are was like that's important.
Big.
It's
That's
all
very
political.
big. Yeah, you traded that around. You definitely.
Mm-hmm.
No, for real. There were like honestly, like even like not even local. Like when you were like in the regional, like there were sometimes things where it'd be like, hey, we will open for your show, but you have to put us in your top 8 for the next month. Like you would do trades like that and stuff.
MySpace gets a lot of shit, but it was a great place for local bands and for up and coming bands. Like, its music discovery angle was fucking incredible.
Yeah, it made like some big artists too, really big artists on that thing. Made a whole genre. Remember that MySpace like genre?
Jeffree Star.
Jeffree Star, yeah. And what was that one? The rich girls or whatever? It was like the 3 Asian
the
girls.
Millionaires.
Yeah, the Millionaires. Oh my God.
Yeah.
We played a show with them once. Oh my God. We played a show with Jeffree Star too once. That was fun.
It's so funny because like I know Jeffree Star as that guy.
Yeah.
Played shows and YouTube and then my wife knows him only as the makeup person.
Yeah, exactly. I have friends like that too. They're like the billionaire, the makeup billionaire.
And I remember my first time when she was told me that she was like looking to buy Jeffree Star makeup. I was like, the music dude makes makeup.
Oh yeah. No, like
she's like, music dude. Who the fuck are you talking about, Matt?
And then I had to. I pulled it up and she was like, oh.
Yeah, one of my really close friends was like telling me like they watch Jeffree Star on YouTube, and I thought they were making fun of me and stuff because I we used to play them stuff, and I was like, yeah, cool. And like, no, like she's like, I really like watching him. He's like really big, and I was like, haha. They're like, no, he's like Kim Kardashian big, like he's like big. And I was like, what?
He's like 100 millionaire level rich too.
Yeah, I had no idea, man. That's so crazy. His personality is so rotten too. I can't believe we reward that.
But. Yeah, I just remember. I can't remember how I found my getaway though, but I found them.
Yeah, I have no idea. I just feel like I've always known you.
Yeah, I remember like it was right when you guys released. I remember when you guys released Heart Attack, like the first version of it, and that like became my favorite song for like years.
Yeah, no, that was a fun song. We put that out. We actually put that out a couple of different versions, but yeah, that was like
this album too.
Oh yeah.
He's holding it up on the FaceTime.
Yeah.
I've actually seen a copy of that.
That album,
signed copy. Have you seen
that album? There was a company called Glamour Kills, which was like really really big, and their owner he actually designed that EP for us before like Glamour Kills blew up. He liked us, and he was like, oh, let me do that, and he like did us a favor and made us that EP cover. It's pretty cool.
That's amazing. So, Matt, what part of Minnesota are we talking about? Because, like, Minnesota's a big state. You got Duluth way the fuck up there. You got Rochester. Like, where at? Like, roughly. Not your home address.
I'm right outside of Minneapolis.
Oh, okay. That's like the big city up there, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I got a friend. I got a couple friends, actually, that live in Minneapolis. Like, Minneapolis, like, because I grew up in northern Iowa. Like, you just go down 35 for a little bit and then stop when you see nothing. That's where I'm from.
Sure.
So, like, Minneapolis was the big city. I have a couple friends
from the nothing, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
From the nothing? Is that what you called it?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what part of what their town was called. Waterloo.
That's funny.
Oh, yeah. Waterloo's a little further down. Waterloo's got some good clubs in it, too. This is where my mom lives now.
Nice.
Grundy City?
Grundy Center.
That's what it is.
That's where the guy who's like, I think the best thing you could call him is roadie. He was the guy that like was always at band practice, and like when we'd go on the road would like sleep on the floor of the van because he just wanted to come.
Always the helper.
Tony Gabriel, he's from Grundy Center.
Every band's got one of those. Every band does. How was the
pivotal.
How's the scene over there, Matt, in Minneapolis?
Right now,
Yeah, like how was it in the high school and how is it right now?
Well, with COVID, it's kind of nothing right now.
Yeah, right now it sucks. How was it when you were in high school? Like what was big? Like was hardcore big? Was ska big?
Hardcore was big. Hardcore was really big.
Any like Christian hardcore?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the big one.
That and the big hardcore band when I was in high school was Four Letter Lie. I remember.
Four Letter Lie.
Yeah.
So would that be Love? Would that be Love? Is that what the lie is?
You see, you know your 2000s.
I know these bands.
They were signed to Victory. That was kind of one of the big things coming out. Their drummer now is Mod Sun. So he's like that rapper dude.
Okay. He's a rapper now. That's great. We were actually talking about Victory Records' own Hawthorne Heights last episode.
Okay,
so that was fun because like it was a spooktacular episode. We had to get all spooky for Halloween.
They got spiders in the music video. Matt, have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
The other big, it was like the two big things were hardcore and emo.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Like, and then the other, so it was like the other
shows
side
at teen
was like
centers. Like, where were the shows at?
The teen centers. There was a lot of like the Semester was really big, and that the singer of the Semester became the singer of Sing It Loud.
Oh, okay, cool. Sing It Loud. Those boys are awesome.
They were. One of them's in New York now, I think.
Yeah, I think I've bumped into one of them a couple of times.
So speaking of scenes. Now, I actually stopped by last night. You're doing the Twitch streaming thing, which I find fascinating for music.
I love it. My Twitch streaming is like, because when I was in high school, I started discovering the local bands and not just local Minnesota. It was like my getaway down in Florida.
Yeah,
so
man, you had like an eye.
So I've always kind of been like someone to look not in my local like physical area, but kind of look everywhere for my music, which kind of sucks when it's like, when you're trying to play a show and it's like, oh, well, they're in Florida. But on Twitch, that like bridges the gap. Like I have people who watch me all across the world. Like
it's amazing.
From England, from Korea, Germany, and then the States, obviously.
You were showing me one of the guitarists from Census Fail.
Yes,
was like starting a Twitch, and like I actually watched a couple minutes of it. I don't think you knew, Matt, but like I was just watching on my phone, so I wasn't logged in or anything.
Sure.
But I was just thinking back, like when I was like younger, if I could ever have watched a band that I liked, their guitarist like show you how to play their song, or just play their song so you could actually see it instead of those stupid tabs.
Yeah,
like just these kids, like they have so much at their disposal. It's just amazing.
And like that one especially because he's brand new.
Yeah, he's good too.
And he doesn't even know like he like doesn't know like the Twitch things yet.
Knows nothing.
So it was like watching someone discover it it was a weird feeling watching someone who's like accomplished and plays in like a band like Census Fail.
Yeah.
And then he gets a subscriber on Twitch and goes, I don't know what that means.
He doesn't even know about PogChamp. Like,
no,
he doesn't know PogChamp. He doesn't know about to get some hype in the chat.
He got rated by the drummer from Between the Buried and Me, and I think his name is like Brandon. And most people would when you get rated, it's kind of exciting. It was like not a huge raid. He was like, "Oh, hey, Brandon."
That's so funny.
Know what it was.
Here's the thing. That dude's name is definitely Brandon. If he's the drummer in a hardcore band, he has to be named Brandon or Spencer.
Yeah.
Like those are the only options. And if it's not, you can say Brandon or Spencer and they will answer.
No, they do. It's just obligatory. They just do it by nature. Yeah.
Like I didn't name my daughter Brandon because I didn't want her to have an emo swoop and play drums.
So Matt, you do streaming yourself.
I do.
Yeah. So what do you exactly do? You just come on and you workshop songs and ideas. Like what goes on?
So my Twitch streams are more I play a show. A lot of artists will do like requests. I have a request line too, and I'll play them. But what I've found is that people in my stream, like I kind of curate what I play, and I'll play covers and originals.
Okay.
And then they just kind of hang out and have fun. I play both acoustic solo as well as my drummer and I also stream
so
together.
do you almost do like a practice session and everyone gets to watch and interact? Is that what it kind of is?
Yeah. So yeah, and it's way different than a live show because like with a live show you got 30 to 45 minutes, and it's go, go, go. And you plan out every transition. You plan out.
I was saying it's almost like a practice session, because it would be like when like my band would like sit down, like we wouldn't be like playing, like we would play our set, but like when you're just playing, like you kind of would play a song, you did talk. If we could actually interact with people, like it's so cool you can do that now, man. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's like you like play, you'll play like maybe 2 or 3 songs in a row, and then it's like 10 minutes of talking. Or if I'm not feeling like talking, I'm just playing the whole time.
So
I
cool.
kind of know, I know the songs that people, when I play them, they're going to get excited about.
We need to start streaming this show.
You should.
Well, we're gonna need a lot more. We're gonna need a lot more technology to do that. I'm on a fucking 2016 MacBook that gasps for air.
Yeah, I bought a whole PC that's right out of camera, but
you can't do it from our iPhone.
But you could actually. You can stream from your iPhone. I don't know if you could do this show, but
you could do a lot from your iPhone. You can make porn from your iPhone, but that is it's not going to be good. Like you could record a whole album on your iPhone, but it's going to sound like it's on an iPhone.
You have a point there, Aaron.
You need good lighting. You got to have a good set. You need a rental house and then not tell them what it's for. So, Matt, I believe it's the time of the show where I fucking call you out.
Uh-oh.
You played
I was waiting for this.
Brain Stew, and then you didn't play Jaded after. Who the fuck do you think you are?
I know.
Matt, who does that? Like, even on the CD, there's not a pause track, right? It just goes right into the next one. You have to. If you play Brain Stew, you have to go into that. You don't have to. Now, listen. Here's the deal, Matt. We only listen to about 8 seconds of the song before you're like, okay, never mind. And then you switch to the next one. You still got to play the 8 seconds, man.
I know. But the guitar tabs don't load that fast.
Dude, I couldn't play off tabs. Like, I could play off like a chord sheet with like lyrics and chords, but like...
Yeah, I guess I should say that's what I play off of, is a lyrics and chord sheet.
Aaron, all I heard there was like, I only eat organic.
I could actually read like actual notation better than I could read tabs.
I don't do that. Only organic. Only Whole Foods and organic.
Are those French fries? Because I only eat quinoa.
I only eat the potatoes where I know where they're from. So like Five Guys, like that's it.
Is this guacamole free trade? Because otherwise I'll get hives. No, I just had to give you shit. It was fun hanging out in your stream, though.
Thank you.
And I checked out your song list. You don't have Jolene by Dolly Parton on there, so you got to fix that.
I have played it on stream, though.
You played Jolene on
that
there?
Song.
I have.
Great. It's 3 chords. It's amazing because it's just 3 chords the entire time.
What are the 3 chords?
B minor, F, and C.
Wow, you would know that.
I
knew what tuning he was in just by listening.
He did. I'll give him that. He knew what tuning I play in.
Yeah, I believe it.
First, JB, you probably could guess too, know it with your background knowledge.
I don't know about that, but I could definitely give you a note. I don't know if it would be the right note, but it would definitely be in a scale. That's totally B flat.
I get to parts of my stream where I get sick of my song list, and I just start playing other songs.
That's cool though.
I also do if things happen, people are like, I want you to play this song. I'll be like, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm never gonna listen to it, and I have the chords and the lyrics. I'm gonna do it myself.
I like that.
I troll a little bit, and if I'm feeling it, that's what I do. That's what I kind of like about that, is I can just do that, and people actually watch it.
Yeah, no, I think that's like anything. Like you're gonna have people interacting on there. It's really nice to get that like feedback like right away. It's and like the way Twitch is too. And I was like messing around with it because like you've been trying to show me it over the past, and like Aaron knows how I am with stuff. I'm very like hesitant to like get into like new technology or whatever. And it's really cool the way it's set up. It's just like it's like basically made to prop up like anybody right away, make you start feeling like you're doing something, and it's like such a community vibe, which is awesome.
Well, we got to put an asterisk on this. The music community is like
the music
that.
Community. Oh, really? I think there's other sub communities that are worse on Twitch and stuff.
Well, Twitch is for gaming. Like the music community happens there, but like it's a gaming website. And I'll say this right now: there is no more entitled, bitchy group of people in the world than gamers.
And that's why
come at me. I don't care. Like I played Destiny 2 for years. That's how I know about Twitch. Is I watch streamers play Destiny. I love that game. But every gaming community, they are the most entitled pricks in the world.
Yeah. So that's what that's what I kind of felt was like Twitch. And I have found some nicer streamers, obviously, but when I found like the music community and really dove in to them, it's like night and day compared to like a gaming community.
I mean, just the fact that you can network that easy is like, I'm so jealous. Like, oh my God, like the potential you have with that. Like, honestly, like if you're like a pretty good guitarist and you just never like knew anybody, you could reach out to another guitarist in a band and potentially be a fill-in guitarist on tour with somebody in less than a year. It's like insane.
And it's even like, I mean, even just talking back to the earlier part, like I was in the Census Fail guitarist stream, and I'm in like I'm getting into like the very start. You know, who knows? Where else do I have an opportunity to like talk to him for? You know, when he's at a show? No.
Oh, never.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, he would never give you that type of attention. Yeah, you would be like the freak. You'd be like, okay, man, thanks, cool.
Cool. You subscribe to me. Oh, okay.
Sweet.
What I love about Twitch, though, is like if I go into someone's stream, whether it's gaming or music, it's all about the chat. Like if someone's got a good chat, I'll hang out in their stream. And I know everything I need to know about a streamer based on what type of chat they have. If it's a bunch of people just like saying terrible shit or just like spamming random crap, I'm like, okay, this isn't the type of streamer I want to hang out. But if it's like, you see it happen all the time. Like there'll be conversations happening in chat that like have nothing to do with you. People are just talking and then they come back and then they comment on something you did. Like it's I love Twitch chat because it's like a party going on. Like you kind of bounce around. Like you're the main attraction. Like it's your party. But like I'll go over to the Punch Bowl and I'll talk to like, you know, Hammer Fist 64 for like 10 minutes and I'll be like, oh cool, now he's playing Jolene. Like I love that about Twitch of like the chat is its own animal and it's so social and it really encourages that more than other platforms.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a great like format and setup.
I've like dove head first into Twitch because I mean I know live shows are not coming back for a while, and even if when they do come back, you're not gonna be moshing for a little bit.
Yeah. 6 feet apart.
Maybe like bubble moshing or something.
I'm gonna say watch because I've never actually watched a music stream until I watched yours.
Sure,
that's not true. I've watched a YouTube video of Brandon Urie's like streams.
Okay. What do you mean? What do you mean a YouTube video? Like somebody filmed one of his streams and put it on YouTube?
Oh, yeah, JB.
Yeah, they got out their camcorder, they put it on their shoulder, they pointed it at their iPad Air,
like a bootleg Hamilton.
Yeah. Then they mailed it in. They got 6 stamps and they mailed it into Mr. YouTube and he put it on the shelf for us to watch.
Man, what is going on?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Hang on. Let me check my notes. Oh, it was a Betamax. It was a Betamax. Higher fidelity.
That's all you got to say.
Time.
Aaron, that's all you got to say. If you would have just said it was a Betamax, we wouldn't even have had this conversation.
No, Twitch, I don't know if they do it for affiliates, but I know once you're bigger, they archive all of your streams.
They do.
And it's really easy to like pull them down and put them up on YouTube.
Oh, that's cool.
But watching Matt do it, like, I mean this as a compliment because I was about to say it, I realized it almost sounds like an insult.
Sure.
Like I mean it as a compliment of like, oh, I could do that. Like that looks really fun. Like I don't know as many songs as you do. Like my song list is like 4 songs, but like I could, you know, sit down and just like sing the 4 songs I know and then like look at tabs and try my best.
That's how it started for me. My song list when I first started was not counting my originals, which I only have like 4 or 5 on there right now, maybe a little more, but I had maybe like 10 songs total.
Well, also the biggest thing too is the lyrics, man, because like when I was watching you, I didn't know that you had the chords or like the lyrics pulled up because like I don't know the lyrics to my favorite songs. So I don't.
Neither do I.
I don't think that way. I think in like melody and chords. I'm like, oh, I could like just have like a folder like PDFs and just like pop it up and like, oh look, I know the words to a Beatles song all the way through instead of making it up halfway through.
So yeah, because I have my setup. I have right next to the camera, I have Ultimate Guitar open. And I have Ultimate Guitar lets you have like a playlist of, so I put all my songs from my song list into my playlist and I just pull them up that way.
Nice, a little cheat sheet.
And Ultimate Guitar scrolls for you.
Yeah, it does everything. You can set it up. Like it's just crazy the way technology's getting, man. It's so cool.
So
back in my days, you had to go to mxtabs.net and you downloaded a tab. And it was 60% wrong. And nowadays, they're only 20% wrong.
Yeah, no. I remember we recorded like our first acoustic demos in a sock drawer with like one of those like Dell PC mics that was like 12 inches long. It was like the long skinny one. You know what I mean?
We did too.
Yeah. And
we didn't use a sock drawer, but yeah.
Well, we thought the sock drawer would like dampen it up. And like now like I'm hearing like Matt's got like the T3 Terminator robot is like talking back to him to feed him the tabs. The guitar is playing it for him while he auto tunes. And then he's streaming it like out to, you know, the other side of the world. It's like insane right now.
It's amazing. Technology, John. Oh,
I love it.
What's next?
Technology.
It's like streaming has gotten me a little lazy in that because when you play live, you can't. If I want to play a cover, I got to learn the whole words.
Oh, yeah.
And you got to finish the song.
Now I can just be like, you know what? I'm not feeling this. I'm just gonna stop right now.
Yeah, fuck it. One verse. That's enough. I did a verse and a chorus. Get off my dick.
Now, does Twitch have a button that you can hit and it will give like something went wrong like signal to everybody else? Like, like when the monkey comes on and it's like, we'll be right back. Technical difficulties. Do you have that button?
If you have Stream Deck, you can. You can do it in OBS. You can have a scene set for it.
That sounds like
I know a lot about streaming for someone who can't do it.
So I have like be right back scenes that I switched to basically to and stream starting soon scenes and all that. My stream is super basic.
No, I've seen you do it though. It's really entertaining. What is your Twitch handle?
It's Northbound Matt.
Oh, that was pretty simple, Matt.
Twitch.tv/Northbound Matt.
Oh, like the band.
There you go.
How long has this iteration been around, Northbound Matt?
Northbound Giants?
Yeah. How long is this project?
I quit I moved out to Colorado and I quit music for like 3 or 4 years, and I came back to the.
Yeah, you went up into the mountains to find yourself.
And I did, and then I realized it was too expensive in the mountains, so I came back to the old Midwest. You want how much for a house?
Nothing wrong with that.
So when I came back here and I bought my house, I finally had the biggest problem that every band faces. Where do you practice?
Yeah.
So now I have this where I'm in my basement right now, which is.
I was gonna say it used to be like the kid that his family didn't care about him or anything. You could usually go into like their garage and like you could just like the local band always had that, or you just had like the parents that were really cool. But if you don't have that, what are you gonna do?
Your first band in high school, that's how you pick your drummer, is who has a drum set and whose parents let them have a drum set.
Oh, that's so funny because we practiced at our drummer's house too. Not all the time, but we mostly at his house.
So when I came back and I had this space, I bought a drum set because I was like, I want to be a drummer, and my parents wouldn't let me have a drum set, so I'm an adult. I'm going to buy a drum set.
Did you make a cool unboxing video of the drums?
I bought it off a Facebook Marketplace, so they were already unboxed.
Okay, that's cool.
Unfortunately.
That's my dream of when I get a house, is to buy a drum set.
That was my dream too.
Well, Matt made it happen, so that's pretty awesome, Matt.
I bought this house and I was like, well, I need a drum set now. And then I put a Facebook post out, and my old drummer from my last band was like, "Yeah, I'll be in a band with you." And that's how
so he just came back in. So you didn't start a new band. You just kicked out a couple members. You did like one of those like corporate dissolves where it's like you started a new corporation, but it's really the same board members. Like, you know what I mean?
Pretty much.
That's clever.
Like when you got to dodge a lawsuit, so you change your name.
Yeah, exactly.
The first band he was in with me, that band had like 8 drummers total. Like,
oh wow,
they just kept leaving.
So he was the one that stuck with you. So I get it. Like that's almost like he's like the girlfriend at the end of the divorce, and then you ended up marrying him. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
There's 8 drummers. There was Brandon and Spencer and Brandon 2 and Cody, and then Spencer 3.
Yeah, how many of your drummers were named Brandon or Spencer?
We were in a hardcore band.
Oh, that's
so Tyler, Josh. I'm from the Midwest. There's only 6 names we use out there.
Yeah, we got Jim. Well, his name is Jim.
Jim. You should have known better.
He's named after somebody. Jim's not our generation. He's named after somebody. That's what I think about that. Whenever I hear the name Jim or a kid named George, I'm like, so you're named after someone, huh?
Pretty much. Yeah, I'm the name that everyone in our generation had. There's like 15 Matts and.
We're actually talking about that in the before we jump to the interview. My best friend from elementary school down in Rockwell, Iowa, was named Matt Reed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He actually was named it, and I believe when Aaron and I first met, like 3 years ago, there was a little bit of time where like we were like, is it the same Matt Reed? Like we weren't sure. Like we actually had to do some detective work to figure it out.
That's why I go by Northbound Matt.
Right.
That makes sense.
To promote Northbound Giants and everything. Northbound Giants is it's very Google friendly too, I will say.
Got good SEO.
So when I play my streams, I promote the band and that's how I introduce myself.
Okay.
I introduce myself as the front man of Northbound Giants, and it kind of grows that way, and then it helps both my band side as well as my
It's smart.
Side.
Yeah, it's absolutely
I want to be
smart.
the behind the curtain man of Northbound Giants. I don't want to be the front man. I just want to be the guy behind the curtain.
Well, I mean, if you want,
I'm not going to do anything behind the curtain. I just want to be there.
Do you want to be
too
the
much to
dancer?
ask?
Aaron, do you want to be the dancer?
Yeah, can I be the Ben Carr?
Yeah, can Aaron be your
on
band's
stage?
dancer? That'd be so cool.
Like, this is the first time, like, we've, me and Matt have, like, talked face-to-face over FaceTime, and, like, as you can see, I have a lot of raw sexuality I can bring to the stage.
I mean, I didn't want to say anything, but
It's something you
I'm
feel,
glad
not
the
something you
camera's
say.
from the waist up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to intimidate you. I got the calves of an Adonis. Oh, my God. My calf muscles, it's like Terry Crews.
Matt, there was an alert that went out earlier this week to Aaron. It was warning him that there was a bear in his neighborhood. And when he showed me the alert, I was actually convinced it was him going out to check the mail in the morning, and they just didn't realize it.
Yeah, I just wear too deep of a V-neck, and all of a sudden there's a bear.
You don't know. You don't know what
I will say, anytime I go to a gay bar, I get quite a lot of attention.
Yeah, you do. You're always treated nice.
Mm-hmm. It's great. Back in Madison, there was a couple of comics who were gay, and there was also a lot of the girls like would have their birthday parties at like the gay bar.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been to, I can't remember what it's called, but I went to that gay bar like probably 10 or 11 times. And every time I went, like people like try to buy me drinks and everyone's so nice. I love it. Like a girl's never complimented me on my pants ever.
You see, I'm so jealous. You know how many times I've been to gay bars for like open mics and whatnot, and like I've never been hit on once. No one's ever tried to take me out. No one's ever tried rough play. Nothing, dude. Nothing. No attention.
I am a wife away from just, I'll get a sugar daddy. Fine, let's do it. I'm like,
you ready? You ready to dive in?
I've paid enough bills. I'll do it.
You ready to retire?
You know, one of those couples where like it's an older gentleman and like it's not even about sex. He just wants a companion. You know what I mean? He just wants someone who watches Time Life commercials and be like, you know what? The Scorpions were underrated. You're right, Steve. You want some tea?
That's a good point. So Matt, when did you get into music?
That's a transition.
Like, what was the like calling for you? Like, when did you know?
So I played an instrument pretty much since I was 5 years old.
Oh,
Like,
okay. So it's pretty early.
I was the kid who had to play piano when he was 5, and I had to play the trumpet. And then I first started playing bass in ninth grade.
Oh, Aaron.
I think like 8th or ninth grade. No, 8th grade. I remember.
When did you transition to
Sure.
a better instrument?
So I was told, I was at I can't remember what it was, but the kid who I was playing with was playing guitar, and he said, "Yeah, you probably would always be a better bass player. You probably couldn't play guitar."
And
so that day I went and
you
bought
tell
a
a
guitar.
bassist they can't play guitar. Forget
And
it. That's how you make a lead guitarist.
And then I said, "Okay, you know what? Well, I'm playing guitar now, so."
That's how you become the best guitar player in the band. Is someone's like, "Oh, you just play bass. You can only handle 4 strings." And I'm like, "Dude, I know so much more guitar than you. So much more. Because I have to watch your dumb fingers play your 3 chords, and I have to pretend you know what you're doing. So why don't you suck a bag of eggs, fucker?"
Well, I have to say, Aaron, that adds to your theory that the bassist is always the musical rock. I mean, he's a musical genius over there, Matt, and he started off as a bassist. So,
I mean, and I was a bassist for maybe 6 months.
yeah, you were like quick. Like some bassists never change. They're always going to be a bassist, but you were quick to transition. You were like a Pokemon, Charmeleon, right into Charizard. You got out of that.
I wanted an instrument. The reason why I started playing bass and guitar was because with my previous instruments, like my parents were like, you have to do lessons. And I was like, oh, I don't want to do lessons. This is mine. And so I think that's why I like really took hold of it, because it was like mine. I was the one who's going to learn how to play this. I was the one who's going to do this. I spent days and weeks and months playing chords and stupid things like that.
What was the first song that you
awesome.
learned?
What was that?
What was the first song that you learned?
Wake Me Up When September Ends.
Oh, Green Day?
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding,
Green Day
ding,
was
ding.
mine too. Green Day was mine too. Aaron, what was the first song that you learned? Yours is gonna be something
Bass
weird.
or guitar?
Oh, bass or guitar? But which was the first instrument? It was probably bass, right?
Yeah.
Let's do
Oh,
bass
sorry.
then.
Louie for middle school jazz band.
Oh, that is a pretty
The
good
first
one.
song I learned to play on guitar was Imagine by John Lennon.
Oh, that's
Good song.
cute.
That's a good song.
Then I learned Wonderwall because you have to, otherwise they take your guitar away at the airport.
Yeah, they're gonna do that. They check on that. If you're 6 months into guitar and you can't play Good Riddance or Wonderwall, like it's over.
I still don't know how to play Good Riddance, but that's because I didn't graduate high school, and that's a graduation song.
You know how to play Good Riddance. You literally, anyone knows how to play it. You know how to play it.
I'm sure I could figure it out. It's
4 chords.
Yeah.
yeah, it's probably G, C, D, and I'm guessing A minor or E minor.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
But it's a
minor.
C add 9.
Yeah.
Oh, it's lazy C, where you don't actually have to turn your hand. You just do G, but you squish it.
You're literally just like, you're just moving your 2 fingers. You're just like,
Yeah.
it's like high school.
It's G. You're just taking off the 2 strings, and now it's a little G.
There
Yeah.
you go.
But it's a C.
Makes you feel awesome because you can sing and play
Oh.
at the same time.
That's the thing, man. If I was in a band again, I would just try to write songs that like are for an event. You know, like Christmas music, like fucking Frank Sinatra's family is going to make money for eternity because he did so many Christmas albums.
Yeah.
And like Vitamin C has the song Graduation, so like they're always going to get a paycheck. I just want to write like Father's Day songs or, yeah.
So you want to try to
Like-
get the Father's Day market? That's going to be tough. What are you going to write about for Father's Day?
I don't know. Just a man you are, you'll someday. Oh,
Do you like fishing with your boy? Shooting moose with your mom?
Flipping burgers on the grill.
Living burgers on the grill, thinking about America. It's country music.
Truck, dirt.
It's already a
road.
genre. It's country music, Aaron.
No, exactly. You're true. Like you can't write a song about your dad unless it's country music. Even "Father of Mine" by Everclear is a country song just because it has to be.
Wow, I haven't heard that song in forever.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, ticka, ticka, father of mine.
Tell me, where have you been?
No, but you know what I mean? Like Taylor Swift has that song like "We Are Never Ever Ever Getting Back Together." You know how many ringtones she sold to girls who need to know who's calling and to not answer fucking Spencer?
Dude, have you ever seen the mashup of that song with Tool?
No.
No, you guys have never seen this?
No.
Oh my God. I need to send you the links. Like, I don't know if we need to watch it on this show, but like, I'm going to put this out for this episode. The link, when we put this out, it is amazing.
Oh, have you heard of the mashup of "Shake It Off" and "Head Like a Hole" by Nine Inch Nails?
Oh, that sounds amazing too.
It's really good, dude. Mashups are fun.
What
They're
about
so
the
fun.
What about the Taylor Swift and the Goat mashup of I Knew You Were Trouble?
I don't know it. I don't know what the goat is.
It's a screaming goat.
Oh,
Never-
yeah.
Oh. It took me a second to be like, this is one of them hardcore bands that John and Matt know
The
about.
Goat.
I love Taylor Swift. She's an angel,
I mean-
and I'll fight anybody who says otherwise.
I mean, Screaming Goat maybe the next band right there.
Probably. Just call it K-pop.
Just call it K-pop. Is that what you just said?
Yeah. Just call it K-pop. It'll
What-
sell 1 million copies.
Can we, now that we have Matt on, can we talk about K-pop for a minute? Like, what the fuck?
K-pop is the fucking pop punk of this, like the Zoomer generation, dude.
Okay, but like, am I this old? I can't tell them
Yes.
apart. I can't tell them
No,
apart.
John, that's called racist.
Cancelled culture. And this has been the Pod Punk Show.
I'm John
Welcome back, our new
Bryan.
host.
Oh, I don't mean it like
was
that.
like an old-timey movie where you're walking towards a rake and I know you're going to step on it.
It literally looks like because like it's just like it literally looks like 3 colored pencils and then one colored pencil is a different eraser, and it's like I can't tell them apart.
Just say BTS and then you'll sound cool. That's all I know.
BTS, I don't even know what that means.
Just say
It's
it.
like the
That's
biggest
the one I'm
band in
talking
the world.
about. That's the band I'm talking about. They're on Jimmy Fallon all the time.
Yeah, they're huge.
Like it's like the Backstreet Boys. Like I could see, like you'd be like, okay, like, but at least like you could differentiate. Like that one has dreadlocks. That one only wears white. That one has a goatee. Like they all have the same bowl cut, and it's all black, and they all wear mascara, and I can't tell them apart. Like I'm not even like I literally cannot. It's like identical twins.
But why does that bother you? They just sing. It's not like which one's the drummer.
I don't know. I just like when I see a band that has more members than Slipknot, and none of them are even using instruments. I just want to know who's doing what.
Oh my God, dude, you just won us the dad demographic. They don't even have guitar. Hey, sit down. No, give me a beer. Sit down. We're going to listen to 38 Special. Hold on loosely. No, shut up. Give me a beer. So I wanted to do, before we go, I wanted to end on a game I came up with for you, Matt.
Okay.
And John, you can play too.
I would love to play. I love games and I love playing. So let's play a game.
So the rubric here, it's not even a game because there's no winner or loser. It's just
Wait, hold on. You cannot tell me I can play a game with you, and I can tell you my whole spiel about games and loving playing them, and then you can follow that immediately up with it's not a game, Aaron.
okay. You can win.
Thank you.
Really, what I wanted to do is I feel like you can learn a lot about someone if you give them 2 bands and ask which one they like more. Not which one is better,
Aaron.
or which one is worse. Which do you like? Just which one do you like more?
Aaron, during this episode, I had a thought in my head that I wanted to, at the end of this game, start asking Matt like random bands, which one he liked more, and have it turn into like an improv where like we were going to start to think of them. I can't believe you already thought of this. This is amazing. Like we're like in the same like plane, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
If everyone out there could see JB's face right now, he's literally like he just opened his favorite Christmas present
I'm
on
so excited.
Christmas.
John, you have to know that if you were 15 years older and had money, I'd leave my wife for you. You know that we're connected at the soul. You could be my Steve.
Let's get to the game, man.
All right. I'll always have Matt answer first, then I'll have John answer. The first two bands I have are The Offspring or Newfound Glory.
Newfound Glory.
John?
I'm going to have to say Newfound Glory just for historical purposes, but The Offspring I think is better.
All right, now, Sum 41 or Jimmy Eat World.
Sum 41.
I'm going to have to go Jimmy Eat World. They're one of my favorite bands of all time, but that one hurts.
Simple Plan or Good Charlotte.
Simple Plan.
I'm going to have to go with Good Charlotte. Good Charlotte is the first band I ever met.
The Ramones or the Sex Pistols.
The Ramones.
I'm going to go with the Ramones.
Same. Sex Pistols had a couple okay songs, but their bass player couldn't play bass. Rancid or No Effects.
Ooh, this one hurts, Aaron.
I don't really listen to either one. So I'm going to say
What?
No Effects.
You're going to say No Effects?
Oof.
Of course I'm going to say No Effects. Fat Mike forever. Fat Mike forever.
Red Jumpsuit Apparatus or Lit.
Fuck you, Aaron.
Any band other than Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. So Lit will be
you.
the choice.
All right, someone's going face down. John?
Lit's the one that's like, you make me you make me complete, you make me...
No, they do My Worst Enemy. Da-da-dun-dun-dun-dun-ba-da.
Which is the one that...
No surprise to me, I am my own worst enemy.
What's the other one? You make me come, you make me complete. No, that's Simple Plan.
That's Simple Plan.
Isn't there another band though? Like from that era that has a song like that?
Yeah.
What is it?
Probably that's...
Nobody knows.
No.
What was the question?
Which one,
Aaron?
John?
What was the question?
Lit or I don't even remember who the other one was.
Red
Lit.
Jumpsuit.
I'm gonna
Red
pick
Jumpsuit
Lit.
Apparatus.
Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. Like fuck those guys. Lit.
All right,
Lit's
and
awesome.
the last one I have here is what's Green Day or Blink 182?
Green Day.
Oh,
Green
I'm gonna
Day.
have to- I hate this.
1000%.
I have to go with Blink 182, and I hate it, but I have to. Green Day's the right answer, but I'm gonna have to go with Blink. Ugh.
See, Matt, you I find you interesting because like you lean towards I have this theory where there's three generations of pop punk. I want to do an episode on this, but that there's 93 through 2000, which is the Green Day generation. There's
Yep.
2000 through 2006, which is the Blink generation.
Yep.
And then 2006 till death, which was Fall Out Boy.
I would argue though, Blink starts in 99 to 06.
Yeah, well, they happened before then, but like the Blink that like defined that generation was Enema of the State of '99. You're right.
Yeah.
But see, Matt, I find you interesting because you like Green Day, but you don't really listen to a lot of like the '90s like pop punk of like Rancid and Offspring.
Yeah, you
and
should have said
NoFX.
Offspring and Rancid and stuff with that too.
I mean, I was interested. My first song I learned was "Wake Me Up with Some Type of Rancid." It's not the Green Day Prime, but
That's
American
true.
Idiot.
That's the thing about Green Day is like, well, and that's actually why I use Green Day, Blink 182, and Fall Out Boy as the example
Yeah.
because all three carry through their entire generation to the next.
well, yeah.
Like Blink was still good in like 2010, and Green Day was still good in like 2005.
Well, Green Day 2 is like, I think even like crazy stronger because like Green Day is like, you can almost like, we had that joke where it's like, who's your favorite James Bond? And it's like the one you grew up with. Or like, what's your favorite Green
Yeah.
Day album? And it's like, there's like, everyone has a pivotal Green Day album. And it's just like,
Yeah,
like
who was your
mine's
favorite SNL cast? You can tell exactly how old someone is.
Nimrod for me is like Good Riddance
Yeah.
was the first song I learned. And like, that was like my 8th grade or 7th grade album.
Yeah,
I'm
you
sure
can cut them
everyone
open,
else has
count the
their
rings,
ones.
and find which album was the right one.
Yeah, exactly.
And if they don't have one, they're too old, and we should probably just use them for lumber.
hmm
Take that, boomers! Suck it. All right. Is there anything else you wanted to bring up, Matt, before we go, or John? You got anything else on the plate?
I got nothing. Matt, you got anything you want to plug?
I mean, do we want to plug myspace.com/mygetaway?
Yeah, can I go on. What is it? Timehop.com/mygetaway. MySpace.
The Wayback Machine.
Wayback Machine. Yeah, I think it was cool.
I mean,
If you want to see a John Bryan with like hope in his eyes, what's your favorite song off your last album? And we'll play that as we transition to the outro.
Secrets and Lies.
Secrets and Lies? All right. Well, this is a little bit of Secrets and Lies by Northbound Giants. Thank you so much, Matt.
Thanks for having me.
You said to me, I love you. Then went to him like right on cue. I tried so hard to make this one.
All right, right, man. That was pretty cool talking to Matt, our first guest on the show.
Right? Like I think it went really well.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. I've known Matt forever. He's an awesome guy. Really, really nice guy. I've always like followed any band he's working on. He always puts like his heart and his passion into it. So anybody that was listening, check out his Twitch stream. It's just awesome. Everything he's doing. The whole Twitch community, the music community is amazing. I'm liking what I'm seeing. It's really, really cool.
It reminds me of like the old MySpace days where it's like real grassroots.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like really connected. You could seriously, like, if you're in a band right now and you start to get it developed and you start to get known in that area, you can start to be known with other bands that are actual bands. They're all looking. It's almost like to them podcasting, like they're getting into like the Twitch streaming right now.
Absolutely. Twitch streaming, I think, is going to be to music what podcasting is to comedy.
Yeah. It's a good multi-medium. It like works for this type of medium when you're doing music.
I think I actually caught you off guard at one point because you looked at me like, oh, you're asking like real interview questions.
Yeah, no, I mean, not that I wasn't expecting. I know you're going to come in with questions, but I wasn't expecting like very, very deep, thought out questions. It was awesome, man.
More like Howard Stern-y questions, like actual like things I was curious about.
Yeah.
I've never interviewed someone before.
Yeah, no, it was fun. We're going to have on more guests pretty often. So we're going to basically be going from deep dives into just Aaron and I chatting. And then we'll have guests which is freeform, like where we have a guest on that just sits as a third mic.
Speaking of which, if you are in a pop punk band, and you want us to check you out, I'm not saying I'm going to, bring on everybody who emails me, but if you email me and I dig it, and I'll write back either way, you can email us at podpunkshow@gmail.com, or you can reach out on Twitter, which is podpunkshow, or at podpunkshow on Twitter.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely reach out to us. We love hearing from you. And, I think in the past we've actually had on bands as, we played a clip or two. So if we like it, we'll definitely put you on and help out.
Totally. And with that said, I'm Aaron Haag.
And I'm John Bryan.